Following a challenging year and looking ahead to an exciting one, investors may want to focus on the top monthly dividend stocks to buy in order to get 2023 off to a good start. Companies that pay dividends are more likely to be held in higher regard during volatile market periods. This is mainly because the underlying businesses are structured to generate passive income for their shareholders, rather than experiencing rapid expansion. When it comes to the most reliable monthly dividend stocks, this subset of passive income producers fits well into your busy schedule. What I mean is that people generally adhere to a certain routine. Common bills like rent, utilities, internet subscription, and so on are paid on a monthly rather than quarterly basis. For this reason, businesses that offer payment once every 30 days are more useful for those who rely on passive income to meet their basic living expenses. So, with that in mind, I have compiled a list of the top stocks that pay monthly dividends and are worth considering this year. First up, LTC Properties, ticker symbol LTC. Currently at $37.79 at the time of this recording. LTC Properties doesn't look like it would be a great investment at first glance. For 2022, LTC gained 1.4%. Fair enough, it's a lot better than the S&P 500 index, which lost just under 20% during the same time period. LTC, on the other hand, isn't exactly a standout. Analysts agree that LTC is a hold. It's interesting that no Wall Street analyst gave LTC a buy rating, but its current average price target means that the price could go up by almost 10% from where it is now. Still, these numbers aren't exactly ones that jump off the page, so why list the company as one of the best stocks to buy that pay dividends every month? Its main business is investing in senior housing and healthcare, mostly through sale-leasebacks, mortgage financing, joint ventures, construction financing, and structured finance solutions. As a baby boomers start to retire, the demand for senior care facilities will, of course, skyrocket. Also, a report from Pew Research Center in November of 2020 says that the rate at which boomers are retiring has sped up. So, LTC is worth looking at because it's important for the future. Number 2, EPR Properties, ticker symbol EPR, currently at $39.77 at the time of this recording. If you thought LTC Properties had a problem with confidence based on your first impressions, EPR Properties does too. For 2022, EPR's equity value dropped by 22%. Just to be clear, that's not as good as the S&P 500, which is the standard. Also, it has a hold rating from the majority of analysts who follow it. But there's one buy rating. Still, there's one thing that stands out: demand from smart money. TipRank says that the hedge funds have a very positive level of confidence in EPR. Because hedge funds have skin in the game, this indicator may be more important to some investors than analyst ratings. But at its core, EPR is an interesting case because it focuses on entertainment that you can experience. The real estate company focuses on places like amusement parks, movie theaters, ski resorts, and other places for entertainment. According to the company's public profile, it owns about 353 properties. In the future, cheap places to have fun like movie theaters could help struggling families escape. So EPR is one of the best stocks to buy that pay dividends every month. Number 3, one of my personal favorites, Realty Income, ticker symbol O, currently at $63.35 at the time of this recording. Realty Income is always one of the best stocks to buy that pay dividends every month. Even though O Stocks has had this honor for a long time, it was still volatile in 2022. For last year, the company's equity value dropped by nearly 11%. Still, I guess you could say it's about half of what the benchmark stock market index lost, S&P 500. But a more powerful positive factor is that Realty Income has a business that's not affected by e-commerce. And by that, I mean that it's less likely that Amazon will beat Realty Income for its lunch money. Its portfolio is mostly made up of stores that meet important needs like grocery stores, hardware stores, pharmacies. Amazon has tried to compete in these areas, that much is clear. But when you need something right away, it's better to have a store nearby. So O has a lot to offer as one of the best stocks to buy that pay dividends every month. Stag Industrial, ticker symbol STAG, currently at $34.40 at the time of this recording. When it comes to Stag Industrial, we must start with the bad news. Even though it's on this list of the best stocks with monthly dividends, Stag lost more than a whopping 31% of its value in 2022. Investors won't be very confident in the company after this kind of performance, which makes sense, but it's worth your time to be patient with this project. At its core, Stag benefits from the fact that e-commerce is always relevant. Stag's main focus is on industrial properties, like big buildings you see near the airports. Stag's properties put it in touch with the industries of warehousing, distribution, and light manufacturing. As of 2021, the company had 95 leases that covered 13.7 million square feet for a total of 95 leases. When it comes to Stag's poor performance, a lot of it has to do with changes in how people act. In 2020 and 2021, e-commerce sales went up a lot, but in 2022 was the year when people went on revenge trips. But it looks like e-commerce is making a comeback, which could be good for Stag. And before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, turn on that notification bell to be notified every time a new video is uploaded. Number 5 on the list, AGNC Investment, ticker symbol AGNC, currently at $11.37 at the time of this recording. AGNC Investment, like Stag Industrial, makes a strong case for being one of the best dividend stocks to buy every month, but also has a hard time being taken seriously at first. From January to December of last year, AGNC's stock value fell by 33%. Since this performance is much worse than the benchmark stock market index, it's easy to see why some people are turned off. At the same time, stocks have been doing well in recent days. Since October 10th, 2022, when AGNC shares closed down at $7.37, they've gone up by more than 40%. AGNC, like the other companies above, is set up as a real estate investment trust. It focuses on agency residential mortgage-backed securities on a leveraged basis. To be fair, the Federal Reserve's plan to tighten money poses a lot of risk for residential real estate. So AGNC isn't for everyone, but for those who are hopeful, the company only works with mortgages that are backed by Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Ginnie Mae, or the Federal Home Loan Banks. Number 6 on the list, Prospect Capital, ticker symbol PSEC, currently at $7.34 at the time of this recording. Prospect Capital is the first high-risk, high-reward stock on our list of the best monthly dividend stocks to buy. A business development company, or BDC, is what Prospect is. According to Investopedia, a BDC is an organization that invests in small and medium-sized companies as well as companies in trouble. PSEC's equity value dropped 18% for 2022, which is a problem that makes sense to worry about. But this volatility went down a lot in the second half of the year, and PSEC only went down by 2.5%. Some of the pain might be lessened because contrarian investors think the business has value. Yes, GuruFocus.com's calculations for fair market value show that shares are much more expensive than they should be. But if you look at the market as a whole, PSEC is priced at 0.7 times its book value. That's less than the middle of the industry, which is 0.89 times book. Prospect also has a return on equity of 6.8%, which is better than 70% of its competitors. Fundamentally, an REO that is higher than the average for the industry shows a better ability to turn equity finance into profits. So PSEC is worth a look if you want to bet on the best stocks that pay dividends every month. Number 7, Oxford Square Capital, ticker symbol OXSQ, currently at $3.42 at the time of this recording. Now, if you really want to go for broke when it comes to the best stocks to buy that pay dividends every month, give Oxford Square Capital a try. It's interesting that at first glance, Oxford Square doesn't seem riskier than other speculative plays in this subsegment. In 2022, for example, it lost 26% of its equity value, which isn't the worst on this list, and OXSQ went up by more than 4% in the week before New Year's Eve. The business development company, on the other hand, doesn't have a long history for doing great work. For example, over 46% of shares fell in the last 5 years. And from a financial point of view, Oxford's profile could be called middle of the road. Even though the company doesn't look terrible, it doesn't look that great either. Still, it is hard to ignore Oxford Square if you're looking for a strong passive income every month. At the time of this article was written, Dividend.com said that the company's forward yield was 13.46%. That's a lot more than the average for its industry, which is around 3.18%. Still, the dividend hasn't gone up for several years in a row. Also, its payout ratio is 87.5%, which is a pretty high number. So, with this list of 7 stocks, I hope you learned something new from this video about monthly paying dividends. I invest in some of these, so make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I try to respond to as many comments as I can. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. And I will see you in the next video.